Alrighty, Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. Hadn't done one in about a week. A lot of you in my last video said, why had I stopped mentioning my previous company by name? What had happened? Why had there been hard feelings? For those that don't know, I worked for that company for 13 months, and for the overwhelming majority of it, I had great things to say about them. There was 5 or 6 videos with some minor issues here and there. Maybe 1 or 2 where I was really critical of the company, but then they oh good grief, my tongue got tied. Then they resolved those issues and we went right back to pedaling on down the highway. Well, when I left, I learned some things, and so my opinions kind of changed a little bit. And I don't know what else to say about this. I've tried to organize my thoughts as best as I will. This is a really tough video to do because I've been betrayed by people that I have a lot of respect for, that I think they're generally good people. One of them, he comments in my videos regularly. He's a smart guy. He's a good guy. I don't think he likes me very much right now. And that's okay. That doesn't change my opinion of him. When I have people from that company contact me now, I've had 1 or 2 of them I've suggested, hey, why don't you call this guy? He's got a lot of great information and maybe he can help you. I don't know if he'll comment on this video or not. If he does, or if any of you do, I hope that he'll keep it above board and that we don't get into personal insults and things like that. But without any further ado, let's jump right into today's video. We're back. You guys look down below, leave me a thumbs up down below the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed, and then a few seconds later a bell will pop up. When that bell pops up, make sure you click on it, and that way you'll be notified when future videos comes out. Also, you can share this video on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, all of your social media platforms, and it really helps me out a lot when you do those things. Also, down in the description there is my email. Feel free to email me if you don't want to put a public comment that everybody can see. There's also a link if you'd like to apply to Dart Transit. Now, this video is not pertaining to Dart Transit per se, but we're still going to mention Dart Transit in comparison in this video, so you may hear me refer to them briefly, but this video is not focused on Dart Transit today. And also, some of you are old school. We're going to talk a little bit about that too. If you'd like to call on the phone and talk to the recruiter I used, if you'd like to have a smooth orientation, get a good truck, get right in, it's got his phone number there. Give him a call. My driver number is also there. Tell him you've been watching my videos on YouTube, and give him my driver number. That also helps me out, and I'd really appreciate it. Okay, I don't do this very often. I usually do these videos right off the cuff, but today, while I was doing laundry, I'm on a 34-hour break, I made myself a list of things I wanted to talk about. Now, let me tell you what happened. When I started at, oops, I almost said the company. When I started at that company, I had some issues, especially the first 90 days. I didn't know who to call. Communication was horrible over there. And so I made a video. And then I got a lot of attention. I mean, higher ups were calling me, vice presidents, presidents. And they were like, hey Todd, we love what you're doing on YouTube. We appreciate your honesty. We hope at some point we're able to improve the company enough where it's all positive videos, but we'll take the good and the bad. We really appreciate what you're doing. I said, is there anything I need to change? No. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, now they're saying they were afraid to say otherwise because of free speech. And so in the beginning, when I was doing those videos, then things started going good. I said, hey, I'm making money. Things are going well. They started offering me things. They said in June or July, they got real specific that they would be able to offer me a work from home recruiter job because they had a deal called Road Recruiter. And with Road Recruiter, they were drivers that were out recruiting on the road. Well, with my YouTube channel, I had a lot of people coming. I was recruiting more than all the other road recruiters combined. And so I was very successful at it. And I did it by telling the truth. I can't tell you how many emails I got from people saying, we like your videos because you tell the truth. You tell us the good and the bad. And so that was one of the things they said, hey, we'd like to get you into something like that at a later date, because the guy that recruited me at that company worked from home. Okay, so next thing they said, I was really critical of orientation. And they said, hey, we're revamping orientation. When we get it revamped, we're going to have you go sit in the classes and kind of give us your critique. Tell us what you think. Tell us what we need to improve, what we're doing right. They got real specific on that too. We're going to get you a hotel room. We'll probably make your truck payment for the 2 or 3 days while you're in class, or we'll prorate it somehow so that it works out that you're not going in the hole helping us out. And then the final thing they said was, they said, hey, when truck shows come around, we'd like to have you in a booth talking to drivers. And they said, we used to do that, but we've stopped doing it now. COVID happened, and I realized that that wasn't possible at the moment. So I'm not holding that one against them. So now, here's what we've got. We got all this stuff they're offering me, and now it looks more like a bribe. They were hoping to get positive press out of me. But anyway, those things never came to fruition. And so now let's get back to where we're at now. There was 2 guys in the company. One of them's been there a long time. One of them's been there, I think, a few years. And they started calling me, asking me for advice. What did I think about this? What did I think about that? Having drivers call me. You know what's funny? Both of those guys have received promotions during my tenure there at that company. Now, one of them, he texts me, I didn't get a promotion. Yes, you did. What is a promotion? It's a job title and a raise. He got both. He meets the qualifications for a promotion. So, let's also talk about the bad videos I did. I've done almost 140 videos on YouTube, and I would say less than 6 of them are bad about that company. So I think that's a little bit of an over-exaggeration too. Let's talk about one more thing while we're at it. Well, a few more things. When I was there, we had about 450 drivers. Even if you think I was doing bad videos all the time, 450 drivers was what we got to. How many have they got now? Last number I heard, around 300. And it may be 350, something like that. Substantially less. So my bad videos weren't hurting them that bad. And if I was the head road recruiter, my videos wasn't hurting me too bad because I was still recruiting lots of drivers. So the whole thing kind of falls flat on its face. Let's talk about what I do on here. Because I know I got a guy that, I've actually got a couple of guys that are like, oh Todd, you got a big ego. Let's talk about what I do. This book right here, when I first started driving, they were all over the truck stops. This is how you applied for a trucking job. Over time, the internet came out, YouTube came out, online reviews came out. Now people get their media. Some people still use those magazines. They're a lot harder to find. You can still find them at most truck stops, but instead of being 24 of them, there's probably 3 or 4 of them. I'm an influencer, and what I do is I get on here and I give my opinion, good or bad, right or wrong, about the company I'm working with, companies I see out on the road. One of my more popular videos is where I did one on what I think about Walmart and its truck driving program. That's what I do. I mean, why is it successful? Well, Todd, you've only got 300 and something viewers. It's not because I've got 300 and something subscribers. It's that I have a lot of viewers. A lot of people watch. They don't watch every video, but they watch the videos that pertain to them or things that they're interested in, and I'm okay with that. So that's what I did. When it was good at that company, I said it was good. When it was bad at that company, I said it was bad. And that's why people watch me, because I'm truthful and I'm fair. I mean, those VPs, that's what they said. They said, even when you do a negative video, you try to be fair to us. You don't just take cheap shots. And I still try to be fair to them. Right now, they owe me around $1,000 because I had a $1,500 escrow and $250 in ELD stuff that I returned that they're supposed to be refunding me. They have 45 days to do it. Let's test their character. Character is what you do when nobody's watching. Let's see if they still pay me or if they screw me out of that money for videos like this. Okay? Now, what they'll say is, well, you're not making any bad videos about Dart. You know why I'm not making any bad videos about Dart? Because Dart's taking care of business. I'm happy over here. They're doing what they're supposed to do. If we have an issue, they fix it, usually same day, unless I hit them at 4:30 or 5 in the evening. So I don't have any real issues with Dart. If I do the same process I tried to do with that other company. I tried to work it out internally, and if we can't, then I go to the airwaves. So I'm not going to make this video a whole lot longer. I do have some dilemmas now, though, because I've still got a lot of people from that other company that call me for advice, and I'm tempted to not help at all, to not offer any more advice, because those 2 guys are getting promotions and they're making money off of my what they call mental properties. So I give them ideas, I give them thoughts, I share information with them, and they're benefiting from it and throwing me under the bus. And so I'm tempted if I should help drivers. On the flip side of that, I'm thinking, well, these drivers didn't do anything wrong, so they deserve the help. Now, this has been a bit of a mess, and I just lost my train of thought. Pause it for a second. Okay, and so what else I wanted to say about that is if I go to apply for a job at this point and people call that company for a reference, they're going to say, yes, he's eligible for rehire. But what I've learned is there's a secret list, let's call it. It's not on pen and paper, but they're never going to allow me to return there in any circumstances. That's fine. I'm seeing some stuff financially that concerns me about that company. I'm not going to get on here and beat the drum that they're going out of business or anything like that. I hope everybody there does well. Like I said, it's good people over there, but sometimes greed steps in and makes people do things they normally wouldn't do. But I'm sorry for this video being so long, and I'm sorry for the rant. And I don't like doing these kind of videos. I like being positive. A lot of you have commented you like that I'm always in a good mood and happy. I want to return to that, and so I'm going to do that, but I just wanted to explain how we got where we're at today. Y'all have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.